welcome to channel14.com's Bodega Nights.
Hey.
I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah. This is AG.
Oh yeah, I'm Joao.
And we are live. Not really.
No, not really.
I'm gonna wait for the day when we can say, and we are live.
We have a better shot of Norm doing that.
With the finger wagging.
Welcome to Radio Norm. That was so good.
Yeah. And his signature finger wagging thing. It's a tandem episode.
Yeah, because we tried to do a recording, like last week?
Yep.
Like earlier this week or whatever, but like, no.
Gotten bonkers.
Because Norm's computer died.
Yep.
That's so Norm.
Welcome to the third world.
Yeah.
At least now he has the money to afford it.
Because he's been breaking sales records.
Yeah.
Left and right.
Because always be closing.
Yeah, you posted that on Facebook. Oh, coffee is for closers.
Coffee is for closers.
Coffee is for closers.
Because that's 4 words. The Facebook meme was like, what's 4 words will you tell to your 17-year-old self? Like, I used to, like, emo me would go with something very philosophical / prophetic / dramatic, like, it's okay to love yourself or something like that. But now I'm like, you know what? What's a nice, like, always be creating 3 words. I need 4. Coffee is for closers.
Hey, always be creating. That was going through my head though. You're such an idiot. Like, no. Well, I would tell my 17-year-old self that. Like, stop being an idiot.
Go to law school earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Go to law school earlier. Where law school is 1 word.
But yeah, that's actually, I wonder though, what would Norm say to his 17-year-old self? You'll earn more money. Bok. It was 10 years before GF.
Oh, yeah. Bok. 10 years before girlfriend.
Hi, Bok.
Hey, man. Speaking of Bok, dude, let's, think of movies that you want to watch.
Divergent.
Yeah, because, might as well talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah, we are planning on a new show.
Yeah, podcast or whatever.
Podcast, whatever format. Wherein we'll do live commentary while you guys listen and join us as you watch the movie. Like, we're gonna have a sync point. Like,
yeah.
Press play in 3, 2, 1, boom. And then we start our commentary.
Yeah, we're pretty much ripping off Kevin Smith.
Really?
On Fat Man on Batman. Like, he does that with Batman stuff. And, riff tracks, because riff tracks are awesome. Mm-hmm. But, we have Bok and we get a pick on him. Like, if you listen to the past couple of Bodega Nights episodes, man, like, yeah.
Including this one. We just did.
It's become like this. It's become a thing for us. Yeah. Movies. It's gonna be once a month.
We're planning at least once a month with a special Halloween.
Yeah, Halloween, Christmas. Like, we gotta watch It's a Wonderful Life over and over again.
For Halloween, I'm gonna skip those episodes because I don't like scary movies.
Well,
no, we'll see. It could be fun because we're gonna do commentary.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching it on mute, so,
Yeah.
Because copyright and stuff. Watching it. And, if everybody's watching along with us,
they're gonna listen to the audio.
What's going on? But that could be a good sync point, though. See if we're in sync. Yeah, good enough. And then we mute it. Oh, makes sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so there's
yet to be untitled new program on Channel 14. Yet to be untitled. Yet to be titled.
Yet to be titled, yes. Yet to be untitled. That sounds like a good show name, though, for something like Yet to be untitled. Where, all we do is... that could be a show that... Dude, that could be Haha, listeners. Dear listener.
Editing. The magic of editing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna think of a title for it. Eventually it would come up.
Yeah, something that isn't,
movie related.
Yeah.
The film reel. Joao, Bok, and AG.
And maybe Sima sometimes.
The film reel? Let's not name it the film reel. Real life commentary. subtitular or something.
So if anybody has any like suggestions for films that
why not tweet it to Channel 14.
Yeah.
Because, Twitter page.
Because the idea that we have now is like we each pick like 2 or 3 films each.
Yeah.
But,
I'm gonna pick the crappiest of movies anyway. Like number 1 on my list, Divergent.
I'm really like, does Bok listen to the show?
I think so.
Oh man, we can't.
I hope so. Oh, okay, we can still do that.
I was gonna like, we should predict what movies Bok wants to watch.
Something probably about Manichu Charapon or it's like those Jose Gabriel Inarritu.
Those really pretentious sort of films.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna choose some of that. That's why I'm gonna watch Divergent.
Yeah, yeah. Like Bok is gonna have all that weird indie like.
Yeah.
Not looking forward. I'm looking forward to making fun of him. Looking forward to making fun of him when he's like, "Oh, watch this scene! Like, look at the cinematography."
Oh, there's a fly. We're gonna do that.
Like with Hero. I really want to watch Hero because that one scene where Well, fine, 2 scenes, right? Because like, okay, we might be blowing our load a little bit, but like when you watch Hero, you look at the thing behind the king, this ancient Chinese.
Handwriting, yeah. Like apparently the 7th method for for writing the word sword.
Yeah, it looks like word. It looks like the word ass, right? Wow, I forgot who it was, but like somebody said it looks like ass. Oh, and the other thing was we watched that film
in full HD.
And we managed to see a booger in the guy's nose.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Like, woo. There we go.
And that in post, you say.
Well, full HD,
What, kings can't have boogers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that, they totally can, but then, cinematography and stuff. It's sort of like with landscape photography, like even if it's got to be about the landscape, but if you see like a farmer there, it becomes about the farmer in relation to the landscape. So that scene was the booger in relation to the scene.
To his royalty.
Yeah. And this is the type of quality commentary that
you would expect. Yeah, pretty much. And we are open to any type of movie. Even those you think are crappy ones, we will try to slog our way into it.
I'm actually really looking for it. And even if nobody like listens, at least we got to watch movies.
Yeah. I'm expecting like Dumb and Dumberer or something. Oh my god, that was an agony to watch.
I haven't seen it.
Don't.
Okay. Now we know what people are going to be suggesting.
Yeah, B-rated, whatever. Just give us suggestions and we'll take that into account.
Yeah, or like, any sort of anything
classic?
Well, I think that's pretty much what I'm gonna be like if Bok does go for the whole pretentious sort of movies route or whatever, I'll probably be picking like classic films, like Battleship Potemkin, like let's watch Seven Samurai.
And then we're the ones gonna harp on Bok, like look at the motion and how Kurosawa employs in every scene.
Look at this. This is like a 5-minute edit. It's one long shot. But then
we can mess with Bok.
Oh, dude!
Yeah, we could spew some what do you call that? Like something that didn't happen and make it show like it's trivia.
I was thinking like there was that time that with John, man, we watched Max Payne. Right, so
crappy movie.
Yeah, but I love this story. like I was with John and Joao. Like John, regular on Bodega nights. Joao, we really do have to get him on at least once. We watched Max Payne, and after watching it, we're like, this is a terrible movie. And Bok was gonna watch it later that afternoon. So John and Joao, and we colluded, shall we say, and we said we're going to tell Bok that this is the most amazing film that there is. And we're going to come up with some bull about like how Max Payne is all about the the maximum pain that is within humanity and how he overcomes it. And the pills are a metaphor. And there was that thing about wings where he was falling out of the... He was falling out of
salvation.
Yeah, the wings are salvation. Look at how brilliant the title is. Max Pain. That's maximum pain. Like the maximum pain that a human being can feel. He lost his family.
And he's fighting for his dignity.
John and Joam were both box teachers, so he had like a great deal of respect for them, right?
Holds them in high regard, whatever their opinions are.
Yeah, so like we started spewing all sorts of bull about how amazing it was, and Buck was starting to question his own judgment. Like, this can't be a good movie, but my favorite literature professor is saying that this is really good. But then John had to start laughing.
As always.
Was it John? It was either me or John started laughing, and that's when the gig was up or whatever the figure of speech is. Yeah. Like, no. We should do that.
Yeah, we should
do that. Like Divergent. Like, this is an amazing movie.
Can you see the expression in the acting? Or the flow and how it weaves through the philosophical underpinnings of man as a society.
Yeah, because
like stuff like that.
Well, that's the movie with the maze, right?
No,
that's Maze Runner. We should watch Maze Runner.
We should watch Maze Runner. I'll add that on my list.
It's about the confusion.
And how man searches for meaning despite the labyrinthine existence that mortality provides.
We should watch Twilight. It's about the immortality of love.
And how it conquers everything. Except meals.
Yeah, except meals.
Because if you can't eat your food, you don't love it enough.
In all seriousness, though, I'll probably be picking, like, those classic movies.
Yeah.
Which might be really boring. Because, like, what is there to
cult
say?
Classics? Or
no, like,
actual classic
movies? Actual, like...
because we're going to be praising it a lot.
Yeah, stuff like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, we're going to be praising it a lot.
Like, if any... Yeah, those are going to be coming from me. Like, maybe...
some, what do you call this? Princess Mononoke.
If it's gonna be Studio Ghibli, it's gonna have to be Spirited Away.
Oh yeah, you're Spirited Away guy. Joyam was the one. I think Joyam is Princess Mononoke.
But then the thing about Spirited Away, though, the thing that I found amazing about it, which we can't have on the show, is the score by Joe Hisaishi. Like that first chord.
Yeah,
it's such a weird chord, but it evokes like this sense of whimsy, but then at the same time, it isn't like a proper chord that's, taught in classical, like how to listen to music, right? So it's kind of weird, it's kind of out there, but it still evokes that sort of whimsy while being kind of harmonically there. So it's sort of this dissonance which supports the idea of Spirited Away, which supports the narrative of this girl being transported into a whimsical world where there is both consonance and dissonance. And I'm not making this up. Like, this is actually, what I love about that film. Joe Hisaishi's score. And that one song by that girl that's sung right at the very end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because I'm a Neighbor Totoro guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because what I love is how they were able to tell that type of story. A murder story. But it was transformed into something kid-friendly.
Yeah.
In sort of, not even magical realism way. It's more just how the story how that original story morphed into something very, again, it's a staple of Studio Ghibli, very whimsical.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? The World War II movie? The Zero Bomber?
Yeah, that movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but yeah.
But like,
I know that
when
movie.
you think about the premise, this is about a story of like triumph and whatnot. So what did he do? He invented the Zero Bomber. Oh my god! Oh my god!
It was like that short story by Roald Dahl, where you hear about the story is about this mother who keeps on having miscarriage after miscarriage, and like that's the backstory. The actual story itself is running through the mother's like going through the birthing process, hoping that this child finally makes it out, like all of that psychological trauma that came with the various miscarriages. And then the very last line is the doctor saying, "Congratulations, Mrs. Hitler, it's a boy."
Well, it's Roald Dahl.
Yeah, it is Roald Dahl. But then it's Roald Dahl's adult work.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's amazing.
like Roald Dahl is pretty much known for like his kids stories, but his adult stuff is really good as well. Like
Very dark humor.
Wow.
No, it became suddenly from picking on book and pseudo-intellectualizing to actual intellectualizing things.
Hey man, the last couple of episodes of Bodega Nights, we were
Brain farts.
we were just nothing but brain farts. You know, let's talk about Doctor Strangelove and how we learned to love the bomb. What was it? That was a really good movie as well, right? Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah. From the looks of it, that will be your selections.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to be picking, man. Doctor Strangelove.
Well, I'm going to be picking all the crappiest movies I can ever find.
We have to balance each other out. Come on. Like, we can't have this, you know, we can't have this be like all, you know, Max Payne, The Room, like, you know.
And here's the thing. I'm not even going to pick The Room or Plan 9 from outer space. Just really crappy movies like Meet the Spartans or something.
Well, yeah, because Plan 9 from outer space and The Room have been done to death, right? Like,
Yeah. And they are their different, it's a different type of masterpiece.
So it's not like Sharknado, sort of that kind of.
Yeah, because Sharknado was intentionally bad. Like they made it to be bad, and people talk about how bad it is. Like the actors are aware that it is a bad movie, and we're in it because it's a bad movie.
Right.
But The Room was not made to be a bad movie.
Well, actually, another movie that actually kind of holds up is Josie and the Pussycats with Tara Reid.
And Richie.
No, she wasn't. She wasn't Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Oh, okay. And the Latina girl.
Oh no, she was in Daredevil, the Daredevil TV series, and I'm blanking on her name.
Yeah, whatever.
But like that movie was really good, like because you could kind of tell that it was self-aware. Like
whatever we do, it's gonna be a bad movie.
Yeah, but then at the same time, it was a pretty good movie. It was like it's kind of like Batman in the '60s, where they were playing it as a joke, but then they were being serious about it being a joke. Like they were playing it straight when they shouldn't have been. Something like that. You know, Josie and the Pussycats was a commentary on commercialism and the over commercialization of art and
the music
industry, etc. While at the same time having like a million pen shop ads or whatever it was, not pen shop, like H&M ads or whatever. Like, or was it Target? Yeah, like there was this one montage of nothing but product placement. Like that was like even as a teenager watching that film, I was like, wow, this is like really smart.
And in their driver's license, they have 3 people in the driver's license ID.
It was a comment there. It was not even satire. I don't know how to put it, but it was really good. Like it was ahead of its time in a lot of ways, you know.
What else? Like Jupiter Ascending. That movie is utter bollocks. But yeah, you know, why not?
Yeah. What were other bad movies that we should watch, man? Avengers 2?
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Bang, 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 bang.
Sorry. Iron Man 2? Which wasn't that bad, but you know,
it wasn't
Russian
that
guy.
bad. 3 for me was, oh my god.
Well, I didn't watch it, so.
Let's skip superhero movies because, you know, we're gonna have that till 2030.
Yeah.
Provided Earth is still existing in 2030.
Because Superman.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
We don't know if he bleeds. He hasn't answered it yet.
And when that came out, like, do you bleed? Everybody was posting a picture of Wonder Woman saying every month, and it's like, oh, that's the funniest thing in the world. It's like, my
what? I didn't know that. Really? That's not funny, man.
like every but then every comment or every post was every post that had that, my response was, I ain't got time to bleed. And not very many people got it.
Well, it's from a bygone time. A more civilized time.
Are we going to be watching Star Wars?
Nah. I want Lord of the Rings, though.
So we're gonna have like a 9-hour episode?
Yeah.
Alright.
Extended edition. So make it 16.
We'll have a Lord of the Rings month.
Yeah, we can have a Lord of the Rings month.
My God.
Because for Star Wars, at least probably 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna go for like episode 2.
That's okay, it's episode 2. Episode 2, okay.
And we play it straight. And this is the scene that where their love is first manifested.
I won't be able to keep a straight face.
He's talking about sand. Think about it. Where do we like when we hit episode 4? What is the first planet that we're on?
Sand. It is his relation. And
Yeah,
it is an allusion.
Yeah, because
to
where's
what
he
the
from?
relationship is.
Right? He's from Tatooine. Like, you know,
Like his father before him.
yeah. No, but then it was Anakin Skywalker's from Tatooine, right?
Yeah,
Like
he is.
He grew up in Tatooine, right?
Yep.
And the thing about him was that he wanted to leave Tatooine.
Yes.
And the association with sand and his dislike for the planet is the opposite.
What he feels for the queen.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're not gonna be able to keep a straight face. Nope.
He's holding me back. Right? Look, you see that scene? He's holding me back while at the same time throwing something forward.
Because he's trying to assert himself.
Right. I don't know, man. We're pushing it.
Yes, we are. Jesus. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what, but I mean, I guess box number 1 thing I predict would be 1 Tree of Life.
I haven't seen it.
I don't want to.
Is it like a triumph of the human spirit sort of movie?
No idea.
Okay.
For all I care, it could be a botanist movie.
I wouldn't mind watching a movie about a botanist. Like, there aren't enough movies about botanists.
Like then in Jurassic Park, it's gonna be about a botanist.
Yeah. What were the scientists in Jurassic Park?
I think one is a microbiologist. Another is they call that paleontologist, of course.
Well, yeah. And there's a dude that...
And there's a vet. Not a Vietnam War vet, but like a veterinarian.
Yeah.
Although they could have used a Vietnam War vet. Imagine a mashup, John Rambo versus versus dinosaurs.
That'd be pretty cool. I'd watch that movie.
Yeah, me too.
I'd totally watch that movie. Because, like, a dinosaur would be the only thing that that would give John Rambo a challenge. Should watch Enter the Dragon.
Oh yeah. Or any Jackie Chan for that movie. And Bruce Lee.
Anything Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, or whatever.
Yeah, those are fun to watch. Those are fun to watch. Even the Jackie Chan dramas. His best work is his comedies.
Yeah. But
Police Story.
Oh, yeah.
Those are dramas.
Yeah, like, I haven't seen a Jackie Chan movie that isn't light.
I mean that it isn't like...
Well, I haven't seen a drama.
Okay.
In other words. Like, yeah.
Everything you see is the comedies. Like Drunken
keep on
Master,
yeah.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Yeah, that's the Jackie Chan that I know and love, so... I wouldn't know.
Police Story is okay.
Okay.
I still prefer the comedies, of course.
Because that's sort of his thing, right?
Yeah,
That's his
thing.
shtick, right?
Yeah.
Like, who am I? I want to know who am I. Like, your grammar is incorrect, but it makes sense. You should watch The One. Speaking of like...
Oh my god. The Wachowskis. Can't believe they made The Matrix. Seriously. It's from the guys who made The Matrix.
The Matrix, that movie. No, note how I said that movie and not those movies. God, that movie is so 90s, man. Like if you if you watch The Matrix, like I'm not sure if it holds up. Does it hold up?
I don't think so.
I think
I think remove the Nokia and digitally remaster it to be
like an
a
iPhone.
Firefox OS. Shout out Third World Linux.
Hey, that was a good episode. Good episode.
And I think it would hold up. Except for the phone booths. Because probably half the people right now don't know what a phone booth is.
Isn't that the thing that Doctor Who gets into?
Because their OS is very ambiguous, which is okay.
Yeah.
Like squiggly lines just going down.
Yeah. But then the entire...
And the plug at their brains, it's not going to be a plug that big like a USB would do, 3.0.
Yeah. Or have it done over Wi-Fi now.
Yeah.
They have like a Wi-Fi chip stuck in them. But then like the entire aesthetic is like really 90s.
Yes. And the soundtrack, Prodigy.
Yeah, the Prodigy. Like the quintessential 90s, like badass. Right up with Rob Zombie. But like, yeah, the aesthetic of that film is so 90s. Like there was this fetishization of sunglasses then. and like this weird obsession with black leather by, people. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if the aesthetic holds up. Like, I think that was also like part of the problem with the subsequent Matrix movies. Like, they felt too 90s. Like, we had moved on,
Well, you'd never know. Maybe the robots haven't envisioned the future aside from the 90s. Or like, they're your Instagram hipsters. 90s rule.
Oh, the 90s. Oh, the 90s. 90s movies, man. You should watch, like, Dumb and Dumber.
And Can't Hardly Wait.
Hey, man, Can't Hardly Wait was really good.
Yeah, because it's Shakespeare.
Right.
10 Things I Hate About You.
It's also a really good movie.
Because it's again Shakespeare.
Although, I didn't like Romeo and Juliet very much. Well, R plus J or whatever it was. Romeo plus Juliet.
Well, because, Baz Luhrmann has a thing for the theatrics.
Yeah.
Works for Moulin Rouge. Doesn't work for Australia and doesn't work for... It works for... I think it... I 50-50 still on Great Gatsby. But I think how he treated it was okay.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's one of those movies that are forgettable.
We should do like should have my girlfriend. We should have Nikki on there. If we talk about like the Great Gatsby, because she taught that class to
American
her like
Lit?
high school kids. Yeah, to high school kids. She taught the Great Gatsby, so it'd be interesting to see like her insight on that.
On
movie.
The Great Gatsby with dubstep.
What's it? What's her MA is on Anglo-American literature, so like I'm sure there's some insight there, but I wouldn't know.
That dubstep.
That dubstep.
Justifying Baz Luhrmann's use of dubstep.
Speaking of dubstep, Nikki's asking me to prepare her lesson plan on music and like the history of music and how to listen to music pretty much. Right. And for one session, it's going to be about like the sonata form, which is pretty much a way that you arrange music, A, B, verse, chorus, or whatever. And what I'm going to put as the listening activity, before you listen to Mozart, get the kids to listen to Scary Monsters and Bright Sprites by Skrillex. Because it's like I was listening to it earlier, and it's like a really good illustration of how music can have, or how music has an internal structure, right? How even without lyrics, you can have a sort of verse, chorus, like they're distinct. You have that nice melodic part, and then you have that really weird, like something that sounds like a dying moose sort of like sound.
Because like the beginning was
yeah.
I was this is really nice.
And then all of a sudden
like okay.
But then that's an illustration of two separate and distinct parts of a piece of instrumental music. And if you can get the kids to see that
and apply it to Mozart,
then apply it to Mozart, how you have your first theme and you have your second theme.
like Bach and all those people.
Well,
Bach is different.
Yeah, but the Baroque period is kind of different, but but I found it kind of boring. But anyway,
but like to emphasize the structure of what music is.
Yeah.
into a modern context, of course.
Yeah.
The kids would understand.
Yeah, like you say that this is different from this, and it's very clear that there's a difference here.
Yeah, it's because it went to the extreme.
Yeah, so if we can get that insight, then it should be easier to let them listen to, say, good sonata form would be Mozart's Symphony in G minor, the fourth movement. Like you have
Vivaldi.
Like, well, it's you have two themes, and then like the two themes start playing together, converging, interacting, and if you can get the idea that it isn't just one big blob of sound, that you have separate and distinct like pieces that you can analyze, and you have them played together or have them interact for effect, which Skrillex does as well in Scary Monsters and Bright Sprites. Because you have the burn and then it goes to burn. It's like, and I'm gonna have her make the joke that I'm a bit older, so I'm gonna go for an older song and then say Skrillex, because like it is kind of old as far as like dubstep goes, right? Like dubstep is so 2013.
Actually, 2011 it was the first time I heard dubstep, and I wondered when I was in Chicago, are these people having a stroke? I actually outright questioned, what the hell is happening? Just some black guy told me, white people, man, white people. Because when I look at the scene, it was all the white people dancing, and the black guy was like, yep. White people. And an Asian guy was asking him, what's happening?
That makes a lot of sense, right? Like, white people.
It's a white thing. Like, I never hear any, like, Eastern Europe. Oh, okay, white. Eastern Europeans are white still, but like, aside from Americans, it's only Eastern Europeans I know that are into dubstep.
I wouldn't know about Eastern Europeans.
No. Eastern Europeans are into disco, right? Eurotech.
I thought that was all. Isn't that like the more Scandinavian? No, those guys are into metal.
Yeah. The metal festivals, man.
Burning churches and stuff. Like.
Raiding Valhalla.
The Swedes, man. The Swedes.
Uh-huh.
Those. Like a lot of the best DJs in the world, whatever that means, are from like Sweden, right? Like
Avicii is in Swedish.
I think he's Swedish, right? Well, dude, the Swedish house mafia. Come on, like
don't you worry, child.
That's like an electronic music supergroup, right?
Yeah,
the Swedish
that
house
already
mafia
broke up after like 5 years or something.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
But like, I had no idea that they were like a supergroup.
No,
like,
the only time I found out that they were really big was when they were closing down. And I watched the video of Don't You Worry Child. I was like, oh, so they're a big thing. I didn't know that.
Well, fine. But not like the Swedish house mafia as like a group are, pretty big, right? But then like individually, they were... Yeah, like individually, they were pretty famous in that scene.
Really? And then their powers combined?
Yeah, well, their powers combined. It's sort of like Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Uh-huh.
Like they're all, like the bassist of No Effects, the guitarist of Snuff. But yeah, like
and then vocalist of
and the guitarist was the guitarist of No Use for a Name, who was also with the Foo Fighters at the time. So, like. That was
That's a powerhouse,
right?
Yeah.
And that apparently, like in the world of dance electronic music, like that was the Swedish house mafia.
Damn.
So that would be like if Avicii and Skrillex came together and were like, "Hey, man, let's make some,"
and then called up Alesso. We need a third person.
Yeah, exactly.
We know a surprisingly lot of names in electronic music.
Deadmau5,
Benny Benassi.
I've sort of been getting into electronic music. It's an interesting.
I'm quitting
thing,
on
man.
music, man. Like after listening to 5 Seconds of Summer, music's dead.
There's a lot of really good stuff coming out.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know. And most of them are not gonna make money because of what's that? Trident? What's Jay-Z's label?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Trident, Spotify.
I don't know.
I still don't believe that's a viable way of income.
It's meant to be supplementary.
Exactly. But that for others, that's their only way of getting their music out.
Yeah.
And having monetization, especially if they don't fly on YouTube.
What was the name of that guy? The singer of Radiohead. Pete York? Anyway, the singer of Radiohead doesn't like the idea of Spotify for new music.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's really good for your back catalog. Because you're not really making money off of your old
sales.
Yeah, the sales of your old albums.
And there's, unlike TV, there's no royalties or... no, there's royalties.
They do have royalties.
What's it called that? Residual sales. If I'm not mistaken, that's the term.
But then, so it's good. Tom York? No. Anyway, to put out like your older stuff on Spotify is a good way to keep making money off of your older material. So he doesn't believe in putting out like your
latest album.
Because
I think album sales is still the number one gauge. That's why I explained my sister, the music industry has to come up with a Steam for music.
Yeah, I guess. The thing about, but then there's also the idea that Spotify is the new radio, because artists don't make very much money off of radio either.
Yeah, even before, because radio is there to become a platform for advertisers.
Yeah,
because they provide music that people would listen to, rather than the artists earning money from radio.
Right. So that's that was the thing about that. That's sort of the counter argument to that. That Spotify is the new radio, and and we should be looking at Spotify in that sort of light. But then that would mean, but then as a prerequisite to that, you need to have some sort of limit on what's put out. So again, Radiohead's like old material, or like not the entire discography, which is sort of the way it works here, because I don't have the entire discography of every band that I want.
But if it's on Spotify, it's easy to access.
No. Well, like, what was it? Like, in the US, everything is there. Right? But like here, I have difficulty with like finding some of the albums of Screeching Weasel, for example. Like, I've been looking for their song, Hey Suburbia. Specifically the version that's on that album where somebody's getting punched on the face in the cover. Like, I can't remember the name of the album, but like, it's not on Spotify.
Oh.
So, that's my favorite Screeching Weasel song, right? So, like, there we go. Like, The Matches, one of my favorite bands. Decomposer, which is...
It's not on Spotify?
Their best album wasn't on Spotify last year. I'm not sure, like, now. But, because I actually bought a copy of that, so it's alright. Right? Like,
fair game.
Yeah, fair game. I still have it. But, like, it's not on Spotify, so, Elliott Smith's album with that song Memory Lane, like one of my favorite songs from Elliott Smith, not on Spotify. So like, okay, as long as you have some limit on what's put out, then it isn't as bad, I don't think.
So yeah, I mean, if you put it that way, but that is not what Spotify wants to be.
Yeah.
Because if you only have old stuff, I have new stuff there. Like, you're not gonna create buzz.
Yeah.
You're just there as a repository.
Oh, you know what created a lot of buzz for Spotify?
What?
Taylor Swift.
He's not gonna be in there.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of Jay-Z's. It's not Trident or something. I forgot. Titan? No.
We have a laptop right in front of us. Why am I not looking this stuff up? Jay-Z record label.
No, it's look for Jay-Z streaming service.
Streaming service. Wait, I don't think I have a solid internet connection.
I have a tablet in front of me.
Streaming. And what was the other thing that I wanted to look for? Radiohead singer.
Welcome to the part of the podcast where we look for things on the internet. Expect a very long time because this is going to be slow internet.
We're gonna be like cutting out the silence. Jay-Z for pulling out Tidal.
Tidal.
What did you say it was?
Titan.
Titan. Okay, close.
Trident.
Radiohead singer Tom York.
Tom York. I think you're right when you said Tom York earlier.
Yeah, but then it's THOMYORKE.
So
Tom Yorkie.
Yorkie.
God, Radiohead is such a good band.
Yeah.
So 90s. But the music holds up.
That's the important thing.
Yeah.
Like Blink is not so much holding up. Still a good album though.
Which one?
Damn It is still a good album.
Yeah, Dude Ranch, right?
Dude Ranch is still a good album.
But then maybe that just might be because of like
sentimentality.
Yeah.
Because their best is still the self-titled.
Really? Oh, the most recent one, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never had a self-titled album early on, huh?
Yeah, they didn't. The one with them feeling this, and when they were experimenting with actual bass guitars, and then they were playful with the melodies.
Yeah. That was a pretty good. Like Feeling This, I think, is like my favorite Blink-182 song, hands down. Speaking of hands down, that's my favorite Dashboard Confessional song. Until it got like overplayed. That's another genre of music that doesn't quite hold up, huh?
Overplayed?
I mean, like that whole Dashboard Confessional thing.
Yeah, like acoustic, but emo acoustic thing.
Yeah, like really. Again, man,
Secondhand Serenade and all that.
Again, though, like I guess it's because I don't like feeling depressed when I listen to music. You know?
Yeah, you want to be energized.
Yeah, so sorry I haven't listened to Frank Turner's new album.
You're not gonna be depressed with that new album. Well, the new song. It's uplifting. Actually, the previous album is very, very uplifting.
But is it still like really acoustic guitar heavy?
Not all. Not all. He's going back to his roots of being angry.
Okay. I don't know, acoustic.
It's not me. The progression is still very folk.
Okay.
But he's using electric guitars now.
Because if there's one sound that I really like, it's when you layer acoustic guitars with like distorted guitars. Like when you're strumming an acoustic guitar with a distorted guitar as well.
I can't tell, but like it's up to you to decide.
Yeah. But like what was the name of that song? Like Less Than Jake, when they decided not to do ska for like 2 albums. They had this one song that was written by the bassist of Blink-182 had credit had a co-write had a co-writing credit with that song. It's called Rest of My Life. Rest of Your Life. Rest of My Life. It's called Rest of My Life. Like it has that sound, right, where you have an acoustic guitar and an electric guitar playing at the same time. And I really like that sound.
Could work.
For the song that I've recently been contracted to do. I'm gonna go for that sound.
Let's see if they would like it.
I'm sure they're gonna love it. I already let them listen to a draft. They're like, yeah, we like it. Okay, cool. Money. Now I can fly to Manila again. In August, I think. Dude, this podcast was like, this episode is like really good.
We're very intellectual. And we started off by bashing, by being fake ass.
Well, not intellectual, nerdy, man, nerdy. Like pretty geeky about like,
yeah,
you know. It was actually like a fairly nerdy evening because like prior to this, we accidentally did an interview with AG about photography.
Because I got stranded in the rain and my brain is into mush and whatever. Fun times though.
Well, you know, when your brain turns into mush, you go back to talking about stuff that you're like uber familiar with. That way you don't have to think.
I was spending the greater part of the day talking about the stuff I'm familiar with.
Well, yeah, but then, you know, say like,
I don't need to do some mental explorations or actual reading of photographs, interpreting it to people.
Well, let's put it this way, man. If I have like an entire day where all I'm doing is composing music, that kind of thing, like at the end of the day, I'd do something like talk about photography. Because, you know, I'm familiar enough with photography, you know, right? I talk about movies because like I'm familiar enough with movies, even though I'm not much of a movie guy.
Yeah,
like,
we're not filmmakers.
Yeah.
But I believe you have the critical understanding to consume movies.
You just brought it up a notch, man. Be like, this is, you know, fun. But when it comes to like a movie when it comes to movies though, like that's my number one criteria for film, man. Like, was it fun?
No. Well, technically mine is close to that. Am I entertained?
Yeah. Then like, the guy from Everyday Linux, the guy from that Everyday Linux podcast, Mark Cockrell, right? He says that there are good movies and there are fun movies, and they don't always coincide.
Yeah.
Right. So, I will say that The Avengers, the first one, is a good movie and a fun movie.
Yeah. Well, not for me. It wasn't fun.
It's like Gravity, good movie, not fun. You know? Transformers, fun movie, not good. I don't know. Like Kevin Smith movies are like Mallrats, fun and good.
Fun. I still maintain that Clerks is the fun and good.
Okay.
Well, actually, Mallrats is also fun and good. No, I'm thinking of Zack and Miri Make a Porno. That's just fun.
Yeah, that's a fun movie, but I wouldn't say that it's, even to the level of
Chasing Amy.
Yeah, Chasing Amy. Good movie.
Good movie. Not much fun. I still maintain that it was a good ending. People got turned off by that ending. For me, I still maintain it made so much sense.
Well, given the internal logic of the movie, it made sense, right?
Exactly. But for an audience, it's not entertaining. Vis-a-vis, not fun.
Well, yeah. It depends on, what's it though? It depends on what frame of reference you're coming into when you watch a movie, though. Like, what was it? Like, I was always trained to, when watching a movie, the question you ask is whether or not this movie, whether or not the elements of this movie support the
idea.
Oh, okay. It supports the idea behind the film. Support the thesis statement of the film, right? So, like, does the narrative, does the cinematography, does the sound, does it all support the idea of the film? Which is why I didn't think Man of Steel was a good movie. Because it didn't support the idea of Superman. But then,
that's why we have sequels.
But then that wasn't what they were going for.
Yeah. Actually, they were precisely going for that so that you could have a sequel that people would watch.
But then, if Superman is all about hope, because that movie, the thesis statement was hope.
Like, you have to step up because you will be the one protecting this planet.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Be something else, and
right?
You're all alone, but you could do stuff.
Yeah, because the thesis statement of the movie was pretty much laid out in what does the S stand for, and then he says, "In my planet" or whatever, it means hope. Right? The way the movie was shot, that was like the bleakest movie I've ever seen.
No, actually, you have so much hope that people got out of that city.
But yeah, so that's how personally I judge whether a movie is good or not. Not necessarily fun, but like that's how I judge whether a movie is good. But there's some people, say like our buddy John, who likes to look beyond the film and ascribe morality or ascribe
certain ideologies.
Yeah, ideology. And his argument was there was that film that was done, which was supposedly like a brilliant film, that was done by a Nazi filmmaker and was nothing more than a propaganda piece. Like, apparently that was I'm not sure what the movie was. If you can tell us what movie I'm talking about, or what movie John was talking about, contact at channel14.com. To get the requisite call to action, like, subscribe. It would be one of the best films ever by the sort of internal, going by the internal logic of the film. But if you ascribe, ideologies, that all of a sudden becomes a terrible film.
Yeah.
But then why did he have to bring the Nazis into it?
Who, the person or the political ideology?
John.
It's always I was explaining to Hannah that the nature of the Nazi argument, like every other argument will fall to the Nazi argument.
Yeah.
She's like, why? Because here's the thing. If I compare you to Hitler, what would you do?
Yeah.
But I won't because I love you.
Aww.
Yes.